We are with the Used Companion magazine, September 7th of 1893. This is 120 years ago. And this story here is Heroes, read by Jennifer.
Heroism at Sea. In spite of great armaments, actual warfare does not occupy a large share of the world's attention in these later years. The greatest feats of bravery are performed in private life. Now and then, however, fate brings to the modern warrior a chance to die grandly. Such an opportunity came to many officers and men of the British Navy when in the Mediterranean Sea, on a beautiful June day, the battleship Vitoria, obeying the fleet's Admiral's order to deploy 16 points to port, was run into by the ram of the iron ship Camperdown, which was simply obeying an order to deploy 16 points to starboard. These were very prosaic orders, but more than one man on the Victorian knew that they meant for him, "Now give your life for your country, for the Admiral has blundered." In a few moments the great ship began to sink and turn, like an iron kettle, one rim of which has been dipped beneath the surface of a pond. The men were under orders, endeavoring to close the collision bulkheads intended to shut off the water from the main part of the ship. The Admiral, Sir George Tyrone, stood on the bridge. He saw too late that the ship must go down. He gave the order, "Let every man save himself." Then he folded his arms, but took no step to save himself. He prepared to die, as if in expiation of his terrible mistake. A boatswain, at the risk of his own life, which no doubt he might have saved, came running to the Admiral with a life-preserver, a belt of cork. The Admiral refused to take it, and bade the man save himself. With arms still calmly folded, the Admiral went to the bottom. This was pure heroism, which we may admire, in spite of the man's strange and fatal blunder, but the commander of a great vessel could not have done less in such a situation. His business was to die. Meantime, the men below were performing an act of heroism nobler still than that of the Admiral, because it was less in the eye of the world, and had it in nothing of the quality of atonement for a fault. Refusing to obey the order to save themselves, they continued in their places below in the careening ship, still endeavoring against all hope of success to close the collision bulkheads. And while they were still heroically at work, the sea engulfed them. If it was possible to make comparisons in such a case, where all, officers and men who gave up their lives without an attempt to save them, were equally persuaded that they were dying for their country, the highest honor would be awarded to the common sailors.
Wow. Pretty sad. Especially where we had some ships that just lost lives, but captains didn't go down with their ship, as some of the members did. So this is quite a story written 120 years ago. Bye-bye.